welcome back to Persona Q2 New Cinema Labyrinth. Last time, we defeated Elizabeth and got our ultimate personas. And now it is time to not actually use them because I want to focus on getting other party members' ultimate personas, so we're going to be using people who don't have theirs yet. I hope this party works out well, we'll see. But it is time to go once more to the outside. Theater District, Block 3. This floor is a lot bigger, and also I love that quote from Junpei there. But we have already in our first area 2 shortcuts. I can see a chest all the way over there. And let's step in. So, evolved personas in this game work pretty much the same way that they do in the first one. That's a pretty dramatic reaction to being blown back one tile. Okay, we've got the FOE over there. Let's not aggro it just yet, even though we know that we will need to break through that rubble. But yeah, I'm not sure if they require you to be level 55 at this point, but like, in terms of my overall levels, I am close to 55 on everybody anyway, so I should be able to get them. But yeah, you basically unlock them by leveling up after you complete that particular screening. I see what they want us to do. This rubble is blocking the way of this fan, which will be able to blow us over there if the rubble were not in the way. However, there is also a big thing of rubble, also. Can see a shortcut here, down over this side, which I think I'm actually going to try and lure you into breaking first. Okay, can I finish the... Oh, no. That's not great. I'm pretty sure that I do have the ambush preventing thing on somebody, but we also have a... Well, I mean, at least you guys aren't asleep anymore. But we also have a new enemy type here. Free Bambino, which is only weak to Bless. Good thing I brought Mother Harlot this time. And you guys are... Oh, okay, everything here is weak to Bless. Unfortunately, we are in a bit of a predicament right now. That did not do much damage. Okay, let's see if Megadola combined with the all-out... Okay, though that didn't do very much. Oh, okay, double attack Megadola, not bad. So maybe with Arn, I might be able to get the all-out finisher here, though that will mean that Ryuji misses the experience. But that'll certainly be better than I was expecting. Got double attack on Naoto, mostly just for magic skills, but also it's kind of nice when dealing with her expensive almighty abilities. Yeah, finisher, and that means we get increased experience too. Again, sorry Ryuji. Okay, interesting. We have Fire Amp with Arn. I guess we're about to find out whether or not, okay, I don't really use Dormina very much on her. Whether or not we need to be level 55? We do, okay then. That makes sense. But again, we're close to that on most people. Although, granted, I don't really use Marakakaja on you very much, and having Regenerate 2 can't hurt. Ooh, Challenger Arts Plus! One of the only plus passives that stacks with its lower tier version. And considering that most enemies are going to have higher HP than you, it's, I don't know whether that tracks maximum or current. If it tracks current HP, then, probably is, you know, weaker against enemies that you've reduced the stats of a little bit. However, yes, the Navigators do get Persona Revolutions. Unfortunately, the only thing they do is lower the cost of some abilities. Fortunately, though, that might be all you need for Resei. Yeah, Encore now only costs 2 gauges, and True Analysis, I believe, will cost 4 now. And yeah, Healing Tide now costs 1 gauge less, as does Oracle. Not the most flashy of Persona upgrades, but reducing the Navigator gauge cost is really nice. Okay, so you've already broken that one. Do I have... Okay, I don't have any revival skills, so I think I'll actually leave after I get you to destroy... Oh. Okay, hi there. Okay, Gerber K will fully reset that thing's position. I just want it to... yeah, now we get blown across there when we go into that area, which is actually going to be kind of tricky for this, because in order to get it to break that rock... Okay, that's great. Is it still aggroed? Yeah, it is still aggroed. So can I actually get you to... Yes, I can actually get you to break this. Yeah, I like how it's breaking through the rocks to try and get to me, but yeah, I'm gonna leave and get more revives. Oh right, the Giganto Dog is 180 HP recovery to a whole row. And of course, always save whenever you go back to the lobby, no matter how short the lobby visit is, just so that you don't lose progress. I actually really miss the cinema buzz sound. So yeah, here we can just casually step through that rubble, not have the FOE chase us into this section, although we will probably have to because there is more debris here. And more debris here.
Oh, nice.
So this time I'm going to lead you this way, just that I can step on that tile. Oh, Mr. Funbaba, would you please come over here and break these rocks? They're good for your diet. 2 things weak to electricity here. That's unfortunate. I only have single target electric skills in this party. I'm not sure I exactly wanted that, because I might have been able to get the all-out finish with Arn, but, okay, it did about as much as damage as a single bless skill would have done. They only dropped a single item each. Yeah, I think that's because I've got rid of some of my, like, you know, drop rate things, but my logic was that we're going to be getting most of the drops from the enemies anyway. Yeah, going to lure you around that way, and that's going to break that rock. Okay, now we can proceed forwards. So the north path leads to progress, but we want to take the south path because, well, it leads to more exploration and chests, which is what, you know, pretty much the main thing that I'm going for in this playthrough. Exploration, chests, want to get everything, and yeah, I actually kind of wonder if I'm one of the only people online who's actually going for 100% in this game in a YouTube playthrough, because I know there were some out there, but most of them were like, sort of, just kind of first-time playthroughs. But yeah, we already have, actually everything here is new. The next gene is weak to Curse. The Platinum Dice, very, very expensive gift for any Dungeons & Dragons player, is weak to Electricity, it looks like. And the Vehement Idol is weak to Fire. And Koromaru immediately went down, and he was the only one I had aiming a Curse skill, because I was like, okay, now so I was going to use Miragi, because, you know, it hits everything and gets the boost, so I may as well get additional damage and everything else while hitting a weakness, but yeah, I probably should have gone for the safety with Naoto using the Curse skill. And now it's time to find out whether this dice can explode. I still love how they fall over on the skull side when they get knocked down. This party is still capable of knocking down everything in this fight. I suppose Arn's the only one who's kind of superfluous here, because I already have Junpei to hit the fire weakness. So, Eiga on you. Hopefully this does a lot of damage, but considering that you're not Alice, I did okay. Get good dog back up. Yeah, I feel like Arn would love... In fact, actually, hang on. Perfect opportunity to show this. I have this... Okay, so this game had official Line stickers. Line is like a social media app, mostly from, like, Asian audiences. And it had official Line stickers, and one of them is an amazing one of Arn petting Koromaru. Yeah, you can self-destruct, I had a feeling. That I will be showing on screen right now. I don't like the fact that none of my fire users are boosted right now, and that thing just mind-charged, so I guess we'll see what happens. Junpei and Arn aren't exactly the fastest characters. Oh no, but they did get a shot in. Oh no, actually no, Junpei's reasonably fast. It's kind of one of his few ways that he stands out from the other physical attackers in this game. I mean, you know, Yusuke's also really fast, but... Okay, thankfully that's only a 1-row attack. So that's not the worst thing to Mind Charge on me. Don't like the fact that I lost experience on a few people there, but okay, Ryuji's getting a little closer to getting his, Persona upgrade. But yeah, mostly I'm going to go through here because we open up a shortcut back to the start already, and then we also open up a just general path over this chest. Okay, Soma, yeah, we'll take that, and I'm just gonna do that, because I don't normally like doing that, but, like, a lot of people get bothered if you don't do that in these kinds of games. So I thought I'd give you guys who are, just, you know, just this once. And we need to go around here for, an event tile. Oh, you! Bane Sentinel. I remember this thing messing me up in my first playthrough. It's weak to Psy, and its Bane elements are Ice, Nuke, and Curse. I don't think I'll be using any AoEs of those elements. But World Balance is back, and we also have Devoted Cupid. Please don't be weak to Ice. This probably is, isn't it? It is, isn't it? Yeah, it's weak to... Well, that's problematic. Okay, then. Can you imagine if, like, the reduced navigator cost for her upgraded persona was Spotlight, and now Spotlight costs 0 gauges? That would be a funny, like, hack, but you'd waste a lot of time from just seeing that, like, animation every single battle. Or you could just turn animations off, I don't know. Now, that rate, you just make Spotlight always activate, but yeah. With this combination, I should be able to have everything knocked down, and with the Bane Sentinel dead, I will not get punished for using AoE Ice. So, yeah, let's go. As long as it doesn't, like, get up before Ryuji goes. And yeah, I have Heroic Gemini on one person, and I have the double attack on the other person. Or that could happen. I haven't seen this one in a while. Give him the chair! Literally. But again, yeah, I mostly do this to get rid of the Sentinel. And yeah, another one of those things that completely wrecked me in my first playthrough because I had no idea how the Bane mechanic worked on the Gold Shadows. I was just like, oh yeah, just spam everything and yeah. Like, I will say, to be fair, and I guess that's probably the gimmick of this one, is it's actually supposed to trip you up and trigger, like, Holy Wrath, because it's the first one where its name doesn't really directly spell out what element it resists, so it's gonna be trial and error to figure out which one, or you can just look up the wiki and know exactly what it's resistant to. But yeah, it's specifically this playthrough that actually taught me that they trigger that counter if you use their Bane element, which makes sense, but yeah, first playthrough me was dumb and didn't realize. And there we go, finally we got all 5 of us reaping the experience from from an all-out finisher, and Persona Reveal. Oh, I already had Byakko, I'm pretty sure. Okay, that's not quite enough for an ultimate Persona yet, but we're getting close. Also, you know what? I guess I can get rid of Evil Smile. Bufudyne's pretty nice. That one's gonna be a little bit tougher to figure out what to drop for it. So a windshield here. We have a lot of these windshields at the end of, like, long hallways that you don't actually really need to open. But yeah, this here is an event tile. Well, it's no longer a pain because we have the Gobake more. Yeah, so much to do, so much to see. What's wrong with taking the back? So I feel like Skull would like the song All-Star. Although, does that mean that Arn is the girl with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead? Maybe. Though Arn wouldn't really do that to Ryuji, I feel. Yes, what we may perceive as a detour may lead to as a useless detour may lead to something useful. That is basically this game in a nutshell. And also it gives you more experience. Again, this game in a nutshell. It's still really, like, it still hurts my eyes to see what the maps end up looking like in a speedrun. A look inward. Okay, now this is a very interesting special screening. One that I'm really looking forward to going over because it actually has multiple different rewards and it's a choice as to which one you get. You know what, if I'm going back to the start of the floor anyway, I may as well use the Goho M's just so that I heal. It's a choice as to which accessory you get, and in my opinion, there is a correct choice, but I'll be going over that in the part where I deal with that. I feel like there's exactly 4 special screenings left, and even if that part ends up being like over an hour, I kind of want to just take one more part to just do all the special screenings once we get closer to the end. Because that way we just knock them all out in one go, never have to worry about special screenings again. Wow, I'm not cancelling advantages from these babies very much. Okay, that went south really fast, but I do have Vanish Balls. Well, I mean, that saves a use of a revival bead at least. So yeah, the real reason we came up here was to reverse the polarity of the wind, which will let us do this. Whee! Okay, she definitely didn't talk about her hair in Japanese. But I guess those Japanese clips were extremely generic, so they felt like, you know, there's no real, no real loss if you embellish them. Because they're not like major parts of the story or anything, they're just meant to be funny clips when characters get blown around by the wind. But yeah, we now actually have that open. In fact, now's probably a good time to go back to the entrance and save, just so we don't lose that progress. Or, I could try and get my revenge on you guys. I had a feeling that would happen. I'm not gonna say no to it. Especially if one of them dodges. Okay, I hope that tower is strong enough to not instantly die to this. Okay, that should be an... Wait, hang on. Ryuji's not going to participate. This might not be a finisher. No, it barely wasn't. I had a feeling. Okay, well, no experience bonus for me. Or boost keep, but it's probably fine. Yep, here it comes indeed! That battle was worth it! We have Trismegistus! And that means... Cold Home Run has been upgraded to Cold I think these should be the... I don't know, this is one of those cases where the upgraded version sounds less cool than the weaker version. So no change in cost, but okay, yeah, the power of the counterattack is a lot higher. Home Run was 90, Shot is 210. And that is the only Persona upgrade we got. Alright, we can, thanks to the recycle book, we can buy the treasure in you now. Good if you're farming for sacred trinkets. And we can also buy these 3. I have topics I want to discuss later in this dungeon, so now I'd like to talk about how I feel about the different ways that Ultimate Personas are handled across the various games of the series. And yeah, it is definitely a little annoying that all the characters will get their Ultimate Personas here, only to lose them after their memories get wiped. But I do think the upgrade to Ultimate Personas is a great reward for finishing a whole lot of special screenings. Generally, it's a really nice, like, you could just give standard stat upgrades or skill upgrades to party members, but the fact that their Persona transforms is just, like, in general, the whole idea of Persona evolution is also, like, it's great on, like, both a gameplay and a story level. Because in the story level, you know, it just represents the fact that nobody stays the same forever. Everyone's strength of heart is gonna change over the course of their life. And then gameplay-wise, yeah, they get cool new abilities, get cool new resistances. Okay. Oh, right, this must have been one of the... Because I don't actually bother with the movies in Persona 4 very much. I know that I occasionally see them, but, like, Persona 4's max social and scheduling doesn't really leave you much room to see the movies, whereas in Persona 5, you usually will end up watching most of them. Wait, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. You and you watched a movie about engagement. Anyway. Oh yeah! Must have raised the courage stat in that game. You know what, honestly, like, I just realized, the fact that, like, movies raise your social stats is, like, that's kind of a microcosm of this game, the idea of movies being able to change somebody's mentality. Oh no, yeah, she definitely watches them. She's very critical of them, though. She does in particular, and also it's kind of sad for her, because they're kind of like an escapism from her arranged marriage, so, yeah, she has kind of tragic reasons for watching those. Yeah, this is just why some people, like, there are kind of different appeals of, like, shipping to different people, but, like, I'm kind of the person who tends to like more just wholesome, stable couples, whereas some people just like to ship for, like, wild, contrasting personalities that lead to, like, juicy drama. I'm personally really not into that kind of thing, but I know that a lot of people are. It's just kind of a matter of, like, you know, Overlord Sarcastic Productions said in their video on, I think it was Love Triangles, that, like, fiction doesn't have to be, you know, represent healthy real-life things. It just has to be entertaining. It's also cool that, like, you can enjoy movies for different reasons. Like, again, like, Mitsuru enjoys the romance movies less for the romance, but more for the hilarious situations that it puts people in. Yeah, just what I was saying. And yes, this is certainly true in this day and age, also especially with, like, the internet, but I won't go into that here. Wait, FemC wants to talk about romance movies with Akihiko? Am I gonna actually have to give my FemC romance tangent here, instead of when I have her in the party? Yeah, I feel like Akihiko's the kind of person who's like me, who really isn't interested in romance unless it's accompanied by action. I tell this story all the time, but the first time I saw the second Gurren Lagann compilation movie, which was my first exposure to the Gurren Lagann, so I've never actually seen the first half with them escaping from the underground, and with all the Kamina stuff. Like, I know about Kamina and his influence on the whole, like, series, but, like, I've never actually physically seen the episodes with him in them. But anyway, yeah. First I was seeing that movie, like, there was a bit with, like, Simon and Nia, like, the proposal and stuff, and it was, like, so sappy and cheesy, and I was like, what I wouldn't give for, like, there to be an explosion right now, and that is literally what happened. Like, that very second, suddenly, there was an explosion. So I just still think Simon and Nia is a really good romance story. Okay, it looks like the massacre / damage is a little bit higher after giving Ann a better weapon. She just said the same thing twice. Could that crit both of them, please? Well, I'll take a follow-up. That should give me the all-out finisher. And yes, it has since been told to me that corkscrew straight is a real boxing move. I thought it was, because I've seen it in other boxing media. And goodbye. Is anybody going to get a persona upgrade out of this? Let's see. Oh! Well, somebody both is and isn't. So, just like the original Persona Q, the characters who don't have upgraded personas, and one person who does, I'll get to them later, instead get, like, upgraded versions of their standard personas. So now we have Super Cerberus. Cerberus retained its form, but has become more powerful. Now, they explain this in the story of the original Q. They're given an explanation here. The idea is that Koromaru still wants to, you know, pay respects to his fallen owner by keeping Cerberus. And so Serene Stroll has been upgraded to Paradise Stroll. And the data mine doesn't actually tell me what this is, but there's skill value 1 is 2, and skill value 2 is 3. Whereas Serene Stroll has a value of 2 and 1. Okay, so presumably this restores 3 SP. Every 2 steps, I'd say? And I gave Koromaru the Chakra Ring, I think, as well, so that I basically will never run out of SP for Salome's Kiss. But yeah, I should probably finish talking about Ultimate Personas before I go into my FemC tangent. And I believe I don't, because up here is another switch. I don't think I want to switch the fans just yet, because otherwise I am not going to be able to progress forwards. Oh, okay, I get what this is for. Because I use the Goho M more and reset the fans, I don't need to press this, but normally, when you get blown into this area, the fans will be in such a configuration that the fan, like, that you see near me will actually be blowing, so you will have to turn it off to progress forward. Oh, hang on, Bane Reaver, this is different to the, Bane Sentinel. And I think the SMT wiki has this wrong. Okay, no, the wiki is definitely wrong here. This is, the warrior is a different one. This one is actually weak to curse only, and its bane elements are ice, elec, and bless. Thankfully, I have 2 curse users in this party. It's funny how there's both a warrior and a reaver here. Because, you know, Reaver's the 3rd tier promotion of Warrior in Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. I am a Fire Emblem nerd. Okay, we better hit with Koromaru's curse skill here, because otherwise... Okay, no, that Reaver's gonna die. Okay, that one does actually splash to the sides. Nice to know. But it is kind of annoying whenever you see Risei trigger one of those, because that could be either the... Oh, great. That could be a problem, actually, because it's Mind Charge, and I haven't killed it yet. But yeah, it could be either the SP heal, or the... that wasn't a crit. Naoto survived that. Why is Naoto so jacked in this game? Okay, actually, yeah, no, Junpei's gonna use a Revival Stone, because, like, Arn doesn't have a Revolve Persona yet, she can't afford to miss the experience. Revive Stone, come on, Fire Link, please don't kill it so I get the all-out finisher. It might still kill it, though. No, it didn't, okay, we should be able to get the finisher here. But yeah, it could be either the heal or the love attack, so you don't really know what you're getting when you accept a request for an for a unison attack with Risei. Okay, I'm glad that I revived on. We now have Hecate, the first boss of Hades 2. I'm so glad they actually put her in Hades. And yeah, Massacre Slash is upgraded to Mistress Slash, which has a base damage of 250, compared to Massacre Slash's 70. Yeah, that's very different. And now Naoto's had her upgrade. Now she nulls Bless and Curse and resists fire. And Cost Cutter upgrades to Cost Reduction. I still don't think it's worth using a turn to set up a buff and a buff slot, like, specifically on this. But yeah, Cost Cutter reduces cost by 1/3. Cost Reduction by 50%. You mainly want to evolve Naoto's Persona for the resistances, though. And yeah, like I was saying, evolved Personas. Yeah, I generally think that they are a cool gameplay and story mechanic. I do like the way they're handled in these games, that once you've completed a certain side quest, everyone evolves at either level 55 or whatever the next level is from where they're currently at, if they are already above 55, or, you know, above or equal to 55. But in terms of the ways the original games handle them, I've probably said this before, but this is a playthrough of a different game. You may not have watched the earlier playthroughs and have actually seen my thoughts, but I do really like the way that Persona 3 handled the party members' Persona upgrades. Flat timetable. The party members' Personas evolving in accordance with their development in the main story was just amazing for, like, tying the character development into the story even more tightly. It's part of why Persona 3's party is my favorite one narratively. And there's Mistress Slash. Yeah, that's a lot stronger. Okay, Revival Stone goes, oh. Okay. Junpei just jumps in there with the kill. Just a little bit more on Ryuji, and then, again, you can make a very defensive Jeanne d'Arc with that and immunity buffer, but I've kind of got more of a Link build on her. Oh, true critical eye is nice, but then again, there's actually like 2 party members learn that naturally, so maybe you don't need that. You know, one of them being Junpei. Junpei is great, though I do think he is not as good as he was in the first game. But yeah, part of why, well, a tiny part, because in general, Junpei is just fantastic in every single way, but part of why he's so great is that, he gets one of the best cases of a Persona evolution tied to, character development in Persona 3, and that's really saying something. But yeah, we can go up here for absolutely nothing, but at least it gets more tiles on our map. Oh, no. Okay, so at least somebody survived that. Wow, that was a pathetic self-destruct. Thanks for just giving me your experience. Oh, actually, maybe you didn't, because that wasn't worth a lot, but oh well. Well, right, I guess Ryuji is getting his upgraded Persona, next battle. But it's fine, because I want to continue until I get about 50% exploration anyway. We're pretty much almost halfway. Because down here we have another of these switches. Which I'm not sure if we need just yet. But I'm sure we'll need to remember that it is on the other side of that switch. Oh, hi Maya, haven't seen you in a while. Okay, please tell me that was enough for Junpei. Okay, it was enough for Koromaru. I love the way that Ryuji says Seiten Taisei in both English and Japanese, and now I'm finally going to be showing the Japanese on camera. Also, I like Seiten Taisei's artwork in this. Though it's probably just like, kind of like a screenshot of the 3D model in a way. So yeah, counter style has been upgraded to revenge style. Also, he now nulls electricity and resists fire. So yeah, counter style gave you a chance of death counter at the start of a battle. Oh, revenge style seems to be a 100% chance at the start of the battle. I think it is still just death counter though. Not like a stronger version. And now we have Deathbound, which I suppose we can get rid of Brain Shake. And as always, Ryuji learns Power Charge, but quite late. Oh, well, I guess might want to actually get rid of Regenerate 2 now. Challenger Arts Plus is going to be a very good thing to just spread around to a lot of people. I'll have to see how many wildcards I have. Because like, it's just generally a good skill to have on any major damage dealer. Well, I guess I can get rid of your one passive navigator skill. And with that, I actually feel like that's a... Yeah, exactly 50% of the way through the floor. We upgraded the personas of everybody in the party, in this party. That's a good place to stop. So I'll see you all next time as we finish off the second half of this floor of the Theater District.